Hello there, this is Uncle Troy. Today we're playing Minecraft episode 26, and today we're checking out the new gates that I just built. We're calling these the Gates of Doom. Oh, I'm sorry. The Gates of Doom. This video was going to be much longer and more detailed, basically a tutorial of how to make gates just like these, but I kept encountering technical difficulties, so you ended up with this. I'm sorry it wasn't better, but I hope you'll still find it enjoyable. The very first technical difficulty was I came down here to work one day and found zombie noises. And at first I thought it was outside the wall entirely, so I went out there and looked around for a while, dug under the base for a while, and then finally it occurred to me to look inside the wall. And there we have him. He's down there. There's about a 2 high by 1 wide section, and then a couple little ears off the side, big plus sign basically underground. And just enough space for a mob to spawn in there. Of course he did. Now I could have took him out with the diamond sword, but I thought, hey, we'll have some fun. And then I thought, well, shooting him in the head with the arrows just isn't enough fun. Do I have any lava? No. But I did have some water, so I thought, well, how long will it take him to drown? Have I mentioned before that this game is a bad influence on me and I really should stop playing? There he goes. He's starting to take damage. And he's gone. Okay, I probably need to fill in these holes. I wasn't online for most of the creation of this wall, so I do not know how many holes we have like this. I guess I'll just have to wait till I hear zombies. Okay, now that we've fixed the little zombie problem, we can get back to work. Ooh, cows. I think I shall go kill some. Okay, so the cows got me a little distracted, and it was actually the next day before I got back here to work on the server lag. There we go. Before I got back here to work on the gates again, somebody had been messing with it in my absence. So I decided the best thing to do would be just to kind of knock the whole thing out and start all over. I'm not sure what they did to mess it up. It was working perfectly when I left. So let's just pick up all this and start from scratch, so to speak. I don't like how the pistons actually come up out of the ground when the gate is closed, so I'd like to move them down one level lower. And I think I'd like to move the top pistons down one level lower as well. I do not know what is wrong with my connection during all this, but there are all sorts of blocks that appear and disappear. In an episode, or in a section I did not get on video, zombies appeared to be invulnerable to swords, so I had to kill them with an arrows. Okay. Now here is something I mentioned in the previous video. You cannot go through there. The gap appears to be too high, but 2 spaces high. But the fences are actually a space and a half high. As you can see, when I walk over there, I got a little bit of a jump up. And even then, we can't get through there, even though it looks like we should. Which is why I probably won't end up using fences on the bottom. Here's where you see I forgot that you have to place a fence post on something. You can't just plop it up there in the air. Okay, so now I fixed that, but I've already forgotten that I've decided that I'm going to be taking it down and moving it down a notch. Still can't pick up that fence. Okay, let's just clear all this out. See what we can do here. I'm thinking I'm going to replace this grass and the stone around the entrance here with mossy cobblestone, the green stuff you find in dungeons, because I have found about a stack and a half of that recently. Here is an example of how I think the gate is going to look when finished. I haven't wired up the bottom yet, but I have got the top working fairly well. And actually it works right now for all but the taller or the shorter mobs. And I think maybe if I put cobble up there, but I haven't decided yet if I want the pistons exposed when the gate is open or not, or rather when the gate is closed. And I'm thinking I like it open, and other times I think I like it all closed up. But it'll work as a deterrent to all but the shorter mobs right now. But now I've got to dig down here underneath and find a good way to wire up the pistons that I've already placed under the ground here. Hello, Snowball. And I don't know yet at this point how I'm going to exactly wire it up. As I mentioned in the previous video, I've not played a lot with pistons, and I'm not sure exactly of their power requirements and whatnot. After considerable experimentation, I finally came up with something that mostly works. I still have the little redstone ladder going up the top, lag, taking a signal up to the blocks immediately above the pistons on the top. Ouch. And down, I tried to supply power to the pistons, bottom pistons from below, but I ended up having to make this elaborate thing of redstone here. I could only get the pistons to work if I was feeding current directly into their backsides, which is why I ended up with these repeaters here. They are here in their service as a diode, which allows current to flow in a particular direction, and since the repeaters automatically get connected from behind, and I noticed that when I was trying to fill this in, that if I have a block over my little redstone torch there, I thought, well, maybe I'll just move it over here and it'll be okay. It freaks out and then burns out, as you can see here. And I admit that's pretty cool, watching our pistons break dance, but it's not what I meant to do. As I never could quite get it working with the switch where it was, I instead moved it over here and moved my redstone ladder inside the wall. I've also fed the current to the bottom pistons down into the middle of the wall and then back over here under. And I have covered it up to make sure it worked even when it's covered. As you can see, the redstone signal comes out of this torch and then gets fed to the backs of these pistons, and the repeaters every other space helps make sure the signal gets to the back of the pistons. And so far it seems to work. So I closed it all up, and oops, need to get rid of my tool bench here. I don't need that anymore. And even more lag and glitchy. So I closed it all up. I've still got this switch here in the middle of the wall. That's so it's reachable from both sides. I intend to replace that with a couple of buttons so that you can, now we are safe forever, so that you can access it from either side just by pushing a button to open the gates for just a few seconds. And then maybe I'll leave the switch there so that you can lock it open if you want to. But Tech Dolphin says, now we are safe forever. And my reply is, for reasonably small values of forever. Those of you who are familiar with certain mathematical concepts will understand it's a joke. You won't think it's funny, but you'll at least understand it was a joke. Okay, I was planning to do a lot more at this point. Add those extra buttons, maybe put in a delay function so you just hit a button and have it gate open for like 5 seconds and then close. But the server decided they didn't want to talk to me anymore. And it took about a day and a half and we're still not got me connected. So I'm just going to have to upload this video as is and hope you all enjoy it. Stay tuned for more Minecraft videos as soon as we resolve this technical difficulty. This is Uncle Troy signing off.